Kelly's Court is back in session. On the docket today, a certified firearms instructor's home is raided after he posts one picture online of his son holding a rifle. This is the picture Sean Moore put up on Facebook. It shows his 11-year-old son properly holding a rifle. The boy has a New Jersey hunting license and recently passed the state's hunter safety course. But someone saw this photo and thought it was grounds to call family services. They showed up at Moore's New Jersey home along with police demanding to search his house. Moore said, "Think again," and he says they threatened to take his child away. Joining me now to discuss, Elise Wheel, Fox News legal analyst, and Jonna Spilbor, who's a former prosecutor, now defense attorney. Lise?
This is crazy.
Can they do that?
No, they cannot. You have an absolute right under the Fourth Amendment to be free of warrantless search and seizures, and that's what this was. Unreasonable. They came, Megan, late on a Saturday night. They knocked on the door. They scared the wife. You know, it was just, if you don't let us in, if you don't let us see your gun, maybe even seize your guns, go into your safe and see what you've got in your safe, we may take your child away. They didn't even have a warrant. When they asked and said, "You're not coming in without a warrant," they left, and Megan, they never came back, which tells me they knew they didn't have probable cause for that warrant.
And here is Sean Moore, the dad, on Fox and Friends this morning. This is soundbite number 1, talking about what they wanted to do.
They wanted to go through the house, make sure guns were not available to kids, and once they went through the house, they wanted to get into my safe, and they wanted to run the serial numbers on all my firearms and make sure they were all registered to me and catalog them.
Based on what, Jonna?
All right, very difficult to defend those actions, but let's look at what happened before that, Megan, because if somebody sees a picture of a kid with a gun on Facebook, that's not like looking at a picture of a pack of puppies in a basket, okay? It's a kid with a gun. Somebody picks up the phone and calls the Department of Family and Children's Services. That department is obligated to call the police. Whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent, they're obligated to do that. Once the police get there to investigate, did they go a little overboard in the house? Probably, but come on, we don't know who took this picture.
But wait, are they obligated to investigate? I get if I call family services and I say at Lise Wheel's house a child's being abused, not that that would ever happen. No. Okay, but if I do that, then they have an obligation to show up at Lise Wheel's house. But this person would have called up Lise and said, "Look at this Facebook photo.
Exactly.
You got to go." It's not like a Division of Child and Family Services didn't know what the complaint was based on. But there is no crime being committed here. There's no abuse being committed here. On what was the appearance at this man's house based?
There were no grounds. That's the whole point, Megan. There were no absolute grounds at all, and that's why when push came to shove, they left and didn't come back. What should have happened, okay, bad parenting maybe, putting that Facebook picture out there. I got that. Call Child Protective Services. Have them give a call, come on over, have a cup of tea, whatever, during the day at some point that's convenient for both parties. I mean, this is ridiculous. And to scare a whole family like that?
See, but I don't know. I think that may be your judgment playing in there and the judgment of some others, but I don't know that that is bad parenting. The father is a firearms instructor. He is a certified firearms instructor, NRA range safety officer, a hunter education instructor. The child has a New Jersey hunting license. He passed the state's hunter safety course. The gun was legal. I don't see any reason on that photo for even the call to DCFS, never mind their follow-up. Jonna?
But Megan, you can't tell any of those factors just from looking at the picture. And anybody can call. Anybody can call and say, look, there's a picture of a kid holding a gun. And let's be real. We are all on edge because of Sandy Hook, because of James Holmes. We're on edge when it comes to kids and guns. So the call was made. DSS has no other option.
Well, and let me provide some fodder for you, John, because looking at the New Jersey law, it says no person under the age of 18, and this child is 11, and he's clearly under the age of 18 in the photo, shall possess, carry, fire, or use a firearm, except if he's in the actual presence or under the direct supervision of his father, etc., or for the purposes of competition or target practice. So the law is this kid cannot possess or carry this firearm unless he falls within certain exceptions. And so, Lise, DCF may have had an obligation to go see if one of the exceptions applied,
well,
which they did.
It's exactly. It's pretty clear, though, too, that somebody's taking that picture. I mean, assuming that it's the father, and the father said, yeah, I took that picture. He was under my supervision, my surveillance. I'm a trained firearms instructor. That's, you know, look how he's holding the gun, etc. That could have been explained in 30 seconds, a call over the phone.
So, but they went overboard. They went overboard. And just by the way, so we're looking, you can see in the little box on the right of the screen, we're live in Jerusalem. That press conference is coming up in moments. We'll take you there when it happens. We're also on Verdict Watch in Bell, California. A lot is happening at this hour. But I want to, Kelly's Court is still going on. You're not going to miss Jerusalem. Just want to let you know why the box is up on the screen. So, okay, I think we're all in agreement that maybe DCSF has cause for a phone call just to see if the law as written is violated or potentially violated. But when they show up there, and demand to see the inside of it, to come inside the house, see the guns, get the serial numbers, look inside the safe, I mean, this is what the gun owners of America are afraid is going to happen to them if gun control laws get this plays right into their worst fears about additional gun legislation.
It's the worst example for that, right, Megan? You're talking about the Fourth Amendment, search and seizure. You're talking about the Second Amendment, gun ownership. I mean, they've played together so beautifully in this case. And John is right. I guess we all are on edge as a nation after these horrible events. Yeah. But that doesn't mean you can flout the Constitution and people's rights.
I got to go because President Obama and Prime Minister Netanyahu have arrived. Panel, thank you. And we go live to Jerusalem to listen to the news made at this meeting between these two important leaders and what they have to say about Iran, Syria, Palestine, and our relations with one another.